Remember when this game was largely thirst-based?
I took us live. We are live now.
No.
We're live.
Sorry.
We're live and also thirst-based.
Live, thirst-based and thirsty, and
Today's not-so-secret ad is brought to you by Sprite.
when
It
you're
won't quench the
Taco
thirst.
Bell. Live
all
Moss.
you need
And Taco Bell,
sugar.
Live Moss.
Taco Bell will not quench the thirst, the kind of thirst that we have here. Taco Bell nor Sprite will quench the thirst that we have here.
Nothing.
Nothing
I can acquire right now.
to say. Beg to differ. Beg to differ.
Nothing I can acquire.
I have a
that moment.
counterpoint.
This exact thirst.
Yeah.
You're never thirsty
Yeah.
for something specific, though, is the thing. That's the thing. When you're thirsty for a very particular drink. Hi, everyone.
Shawnee's not going to be able to run a game now.
Say something cool.
I can't.
That's a tall order on the spot like that.
It's a tall order, yeah. I'm not a cool person.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Are any of us?
I'm a lot of things. That's not it. That's not
we're
the
all
one.
here, and that's pretty cool.
That's neat. Yeah.
I like that. I'm glad that we're all here. Hey, last time we were here,
wait, I can show you something cool that no one else is gonna think is cool.
Please make sure it is stream appropriate.
It is.
Unlike the last thing.
I'm knitting a sweater vest, and this is a project I've started that I've not abandoned. Knock on wood.
Yes.
So this is the front half.
Oh shit! You've been doing that for a couple weeks now. Hell yeah!
Yeah, and then I'm working on the back half. It's like in progress.
Nice.
And then it's over halfway done, and then I'll attach them and do like a little collar and like ribbing and stuff. But that's my cool thing, is that I'm knitting a sweater vest.
I think it's neat.
So show your grandmas. They'll be thrilled.
I just think it's neat.
Yes. I'm back and I'm weird. All right.
Yeah.
It never changed, but you know. Thank you for that. That brought me back online.
Cleansing? Was that Let's all take a cleansing breath, shall we?
When I can breathe. Let's talk about the last time we played.
Okay.
What about it?
We played.
Last time we played, a number of things happened.
Yeah. Don't ask me to recount them, but they did. They did happen.
Oh wait, you didn't have a teacher's pet though. Now wait a minute, this is your job now.
Last time, I'll do my best if you need me to.
I'll add to it if you'd like.
I want you to. I don't.
My God.
I want you to actually.
Oh my God, what happened last time?
That's right.
It's been 2 weeks this time is the issue. It's been like longer than normal. So I know that Lai tried to break up with Carmel, and Carmel said, no, I love you. Actually, and we're not breaking up. And Lai said,
it's okay.
Okay. And
she said that won't be necessary.
The big guy went to the mall.
He did.
And Lai tried to get the big guy to like help them subtly kind of like wall out Carmel from their life, but the big guy was like, no, you should fight these battles yourself. And
it's a little toxic ask there, Sonny.
Yeah, and that's what I remember. I'm sure Margot was doing something, but I think I was simply so taken aback by, hey, let's break up. No. But that's really all that my brain can focus on.
I discovered the toxicity within Carmel Sedna, and I embraced it with both hands. And
And my brain's gone
Um,
again. Thanks.
Wait,
that.
I jinxed myself.
We started the stream
Margot!
just off the rails, and I don't know if it gets better.
No, you know what? It's been a while since we've started
know.
a stream like this, and I am appreciative of the flashback, of all of the flashback memories that I'm getting because of that. Because we used to always start like this, remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
and
Totally. It's just been a hot minute.
it's been a
Ooh,
while.
I can hear myself.
Oh, I'm not wearing headphones. This is what happens when
Shawnee's not prepared
this
to
is
be
what
here.
happens when I am caught off guard and unprepared and with my pants down and all that saying stuff.
You're wearing overalls.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna
that's
say if Shawnee
troubling.
wasn't in dungarees, then
Like,
we might not know.
Likely already down. Who knew?
um,
You wouldn't know if I weren't wearing pants at all.
oh, right. There's
Not
meanings.
standing.
There's an
I don't know.
ocean. There's an ocean.
There are multiple, actually.
There are several. Yeah, there's not just one.
Oh my god. I feel like we
Anyway.
need to restart.
What I meant was
Mm-hmm.
pants means something different over there.
Oh,
Thank you.
yes.
Language barrier.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, I'm still lost. Who made
Pants,
what open?
underwear versus trousers.
Correct. You said we wouldn't know, and we were like, oh, and I was like, oh, you're right. We wouldn't. You're right.
But you wouldn't know either way.
Yes, we would. You're wearing overalls.
You assume I'm wearing overalls.
I've seen the garment before.
Yeah, Shawnee, we both know what
Oh
that
no,
garment
no,
is.
you do. I'm talking about like you at this juncture. This could be a crop top.
Why would it be a crop top with like little strappies on the? This it looks like overalls.
Okay, exactly, it does. That's my point. Is that because I'm sitting down, nobody knows whether or not I'm wearing pants. Nobody ever knows.
Shawnee
Nobody can ever
said-
know, unless I stand up.
I'm gonna get a trick crop top that has adjustable bra strap sleeve. Just to
Don't
say,
act
fuck
like
you.
that would be out of character.
You would not. I'm just saying that Shawnee really said like I'm gonna make this point. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Margot ran away from school, tried to run home, tried to run toward
Oh,
Allison.
yes.
Was stopped
Yeah,
by
She got
Allison's
gunned
mother.
down. Margaret was gunned down by her godmother, slash her girlfriend's mother, after being chased down in the woods. An injured wolf ran through the woods and was chased by a Land Rover. And out of that Land Rover came a small psychic who said, "You stay away from my daughter, you bitch." And
I didn't say it quite like that, but okay.
no, I know. I'm giving a very biased review. Giving a very like hurt Margot centric review of what initially occurred. She was chased down by a tiny woman, and the tiny woman got out of the car and told her to scram, get out of here, scram. You're gonna hurt somebody. Get
one body.
She said get.
Get.
And Margot said no, and then she
Good
said,
God.
"Okay, I'm gonna get." And then she started to get, and then her mom found her, like the dark of night. The huntress herself did find her and give her a withering glare that made her lay down like the little puppy that she is. And then she was shot by her godmother, we presume, and she did fall into a sleep.
She took a snooze.
She took a nap, and
She
that
took a
was
busy.
really all that Margot did that session, because Margot is, I will remind all of you, at 7 of 8 harm. She has 8 harm. Or 6 of 8 harm. Sorry, she got a new harm during our last session.
Does that put her at
Because
7 or 6?
Because of what she's at 6, but she has 8 total, is what
I
I'm
see.
saying.
I
Yeah.
see.
Because she was at 6 of 7, now she's at 6 of 8. Because of what a tough, brave girl she's been.
I see. And so, with all of this incredible debacle out of the way, and by the debacle, I'm not talking about the last game. I'm talking about the beginning of this stream. I am going to take us to the intro, and then we will continue said story.
Cool.
Yes.
We're sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
Despite the everything.
Welcome back, everyone. Bette Midler is a raging turf. Don't support Hocus Pocus 2.
I hear it's bad anyway. If you were curious and thought, oh, we know she's problematic, but I'm going to try it. Apparently, it fucking sucks. So
that's what happens when you're.
we did you a favor. We have better witches here, actually.
That's true. Better, hotter, sexier, queerer, like
not turfing wishes. Witches.
We are lacking. We are suspiciously lacking in turfdom.
Suspicious.
It is. You would think in a working society there would be people that are just dicks. But no, in this game we have people that are just have them instead.
And that is inconsequential in many ways.
So, after all of the things that have happened, question, what is Lai doing? Lai went to bed again.
Yes, my human character is sleeping.
Human is asleep.
My human character does still sleep. Well, half, kind of. Kind of?
Your character's
not really. Your character
not even anymore. Like
not any kind of human.
It doesn't count. I feel like Lai doesn't count as a human anymore.
Lai never counted as a human, but they didn't know.
I mean, officially, we can say, like, on the list of people, we can't, like, put Lai in a human.
It has been revealed in canon that this is actually not a human.
It doesn't mean that they don't have sleep requirements.
Yeah, they still do sleep. And also did just go upstairs after, like, an awkward conversation with their dad, as previously mentioned in the recap. So...
and an even more awkward conversation with their girlfriend. I'm sorry.
Don't say fiance.
Speaking of fiance,
hang on.
What does Carmel do?
I did it for the reaction.
I'm just like, oh my god, is there some sort of like siren, Selkie, like underwater engagement that Lai has accidentally entered into unknowingly?
You won't know until it's too late if there is.
Oh my god.
I mean, will you ever know? It's not even until it's too late. Will you ever know?
Yeah,
will you ever be told?
If you try to breach the contract, yes, you will be told.
If Lai tries to get married on the surface, they're like, I'm afraid you cannot, because
it looks like you're already married.
Ocean has decided to tsunami if you try.
You know how the world's 70% water.
Oh my god. Do you ever accidentally get engaged? This is not canon. This cannot be canon.
No, not yet anyway.
I said canon 3 times. It is fine.
Not yet anyway.
Oh my god. Danny's gonna like scrub through the previous episode and be like, what random bullshit did Carmel say that I can pretend was a fucking engagement?
I would never do that. I would never retcon it. I would simply trick you into it moving forward. And that's how honesty works, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate your candor in this matter.
Thank you.
Whereas I would do both.
No, you're the MC.
Like, I would also
you're the MC.
Yeah.
And we'd never know.
Big Faye energy, like
I would not, because it would be dishonest for me, the player. It would be dishonest for me to retcon that, because I am not the arbiter of reality in the situation. However, now that I've given you notice, watch what you say, maybe.
There is nothing that Lai said in the previous session that made me go, and I would have flagged it if there had been.
Yeah, no, because I feel like all I said was like, hey, I'm a bad partner. I will continue to be. You should leave. Yeah. We should break up. And Carmel said,
no. That won't be necessary.
No, actually, Lai didn't even say that. Carmel didn't let Lai get to that point. So it was not that was not said, in fact.
I feel like they said something.
They said they're not going to.
They didn't word for word.
I need to figure my shit out.
Well,
I need some time to figure. I need some time to figure my shit out. And it's probably best if I do that on my own. And Carmel said, no.
I actually don't think they said that either. I think they started to. No, Carmel said it. Carmel said, it's okay. You just need time to figure it all out.
I remember it differently, but I will not.
Remember it. I'll look it up at some point. But either way, it's not going to change anything now, because I don't remember it. And if I don't remember it, I don't remember it necessarily accurately, and therefore it is not usable. Unless I remember it perfectly word for word, it's not going to happen.
Admissible in a court of law.
Exactly. Fake court of law, but still court of law. Carmel?
Yes?
What is going on?
What do you mean?
For you, what's happening? What's going on? Lai has said things, and how are you feeling about everything that's happened? How do you feel that conversation went?
I think the conversation went well. I think we got a lot. I think we got a lot out in the open, and I'm really proud of Lai for the work they're doing on themselves. So, I feel better about it.
How do you feel about the fact that Lai didn't say I love you back?
It slipped my mind entirely. It's one of those things where it's like Lai does things in their own time. It doesn't bother me that they didn't say it, because when do they ever say what they're feeling? Isn't that the whole thing about Lai?
That's what they're trying to
and they're doing a lot right now. They have a new job that, thank goodness, I didn't have to tell them about, so that's really great. I'm a little bit worried about all that they're taking on, and whether they feel like they have to do that, or whether they're doing it because they want to. But I can't ignore the fact that I am happy that Lai not only now has incentive to not sacrifice themselves for the greater good or whatever, but now they kind of have a roadblock in a sense. They can't really. So that's a load off of my mind. I think it's a lot less. I think being with Lai is going to be a lot less stressful now that I know that they're not constantly trying to, get rid of themselves.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Is there anything that you're going to do to help with their mission moving forward?
I mean, just being supportive, I think, is the best thing that I can do now that I understand what Lai needs from me. But also, I mean, at some point, I think maybe I should try to chat with Lai's dad a little bit more, just to understand things. But I think that just like letting Lai know that I'm there and like I'm present is the best thing that I can do for them, especially in this like transitional phase. Because like I don't know, everybody's a little bit weird when they get a new job. They have new responsibilities. It's a whole thing, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thanks.
So, tell me more about having a chat with the big guy about this.
I mean, the big guy seemed, you know, like things were a little frazzled and hazy the last time we spoke. So I think it might be nice to just sort of touch base because we're going to be, you know, I mean, we're kind of like Lai's support system. So
kind of like
we
family.
should have, like, we should have contact with each other.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
How urgent is that? Do you want to do that immediately, or is that something that you're going to sit on?
I think I'm going to give it a little bit because, you know, a lot's happened today, but I think, you know, in the next couple of days or so, I think I'll probably reach out or something like that. Also, Lai said that they had stuff going on, and I think that their dad is staying with them, so I would have to go back there to go to talk to the dad. So talk to the big guy who's not a big guy anymore. I don't know. Figure out where
He's still a big guy.
Yeah, he's still a big guy, but I don't really know what to call him now. But I think he's staying with Lai, and I don't want to get in the way of Lai's new like duties and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give him the weekend, and then, you know, I'll follow up.
Okay. I'm going to leave that there for the moment.
Okay.
Brooke.
PK.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do over the next, I'm going to say, 24 hours or so?
Mm.
Or what's the intention?
Yeah. Well, I think my parents are like still fretting a lot. Like I totally don't have any marks on my body and am fine, but for obvious reasons they're like having trouble believing that. So I'm not really being totally allowed like out of their sight. Which like whatever, it's not like I can go to school anyway. So just like watching a lot of movies. Mm-hmm. I went to Cody's soccer practice.
Stay home or like go out at all?
Just mostly staying home. We went to the grocery store, which was totally exciting.
Grocery store.
Okay. Before you even manage to go to the grocery store, you would receive a box that says with compliments, and in it you would find some extensions.
The devil works fast, but Malfa really does work faster, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. There is another, as Brooke takes out the last ones and puts them in. There's a little almost hidden compartment in the bottom of it.
Fancy box.
Fancy box.
Love a fancy packaging.
Yeah.
Take out the little fancy compartment in the fancy box.
Mm-hmm.
And there is based on the era, a little cassette.
Cute. A cassette. Well, Brooke would, take the cassette to her room and play it on her pink bedazzled CD player.
Oh my god!
That has a little cassette thing in the front that you click it in and it comes out.
I have one of those actually.
Who didn't? Who did not have one?
I didn't, but I was jealous.
I think actually in real life I had a silver one that was bedazzled, but I think if a pink one was available, then Brooke would have liked the pink one.
Mine wasn't bedazzled. It was jewel toned though. It was jewel toned with rose gold accents and a pink. Anyway, go on. Not to brag.
It is or on that tape when you play it is about 20 seconds of someone sobbing.
Hey, what the fuck?
That's it, just 20 seconds sobbing.
20 seconds of someone sobbing. The words, just end it.
Mm.
And then Maltha, very clearly Maltha saying, not yet. And that's almost the end of the tape. It sort of cuts for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then comes back. And then, now I'll end it. And then the sound of a messy death.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by the sound of, have you ever heard the sound of when you just sort of drop crumbs on the floor? Just that sound.
Sure.
Followed by that.
Yes, vampire poof. Poof. Brooke is familiar, given her own recent
stabbing
experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think she's very taken aback. She definitely wasn't expecting a fucking murder tape to be sent to her house where anyone could have found it.
Hidden compartment, but sure.
Still, but I think she is like, oh my god, what the fuck? Holy shit. Takes the tape out of the little tape player and pulls the tape out and throws it all in her garbage can. That way it's broken. You can't play the tape. Even though you can fix cassette tapes, but it's just annoying and they don't sound the same. And I think she's very flustered and closes up the little compartment where the tape goes again, takes the little boombox off her desk,
just
puts it under the desk.
It apart and puts that in the. Oh, okay.
No, she just puts it under the desk, because wherever she normally stores it or something. She gets it out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes downstairs. She's like, okay, that never happened. That simply never happened.
No one can ever know. No one will ever know.
Okay. And she does not know how to feel about it. But she is definitely had a little panic of oh my god, my parents cannot find this. So she destroyed it. And then she's attempting to just go downstairs and be normal after listening to that.
To this snuff cassette. Good luck, Brooke. Good fucking luck, dude.
Maltha wanted to prove that what Brooke asked for, Brooke received.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brooke gets it.
Brooke knows exactly what has happened here.
You know, that's... You don't normally get a cassette, do you?
She did better than me because I didn't realize what it was to begin with, and I was like, "Oh, this is a mysterious threat. Oh shit!"
Oh, yeah, no. Brooke is normally pretty good at putting 2 and 2 together. So
I mean, also, Brooke asked. Brooke specifically asked for this outcome.
Essentially, yeah. She said, "Make it painful" or whatever, and
make it painful. Make him sob.
Last. Yeah. So good. Okay.
Where is Brooke at?
Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
Yes.
Okay. Physically, in the living room of her family home. Mentally, oh my fucking god, I can't believe she sent a tape to my fucking house. Emotionally, uncertain. A bit of a whirlwind. I feel like she's having some like cold sweats.
Cold sweats.
Spiritually, who knows? Ask Lie.
I see. On her way out the door to go to the grocery store with her family, it is the morning after everything has happened.
Mm.
And as she heads out, she would see Ari Reyes. Down the other end of the road. Not just wearing clothes. She looks a little haggard, you know, in the way that people are just tired.
Mm.
Which is unusual for Ari, but she doesn't look injured or anything, just haggard, just tired.
Yeah.
And just quietly going about doing her thing. What Brooke would know is that it is full moon time.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that Ari is necessarily feral or gonna destroy everything she knows and loves. Just that she's gonna be more tired than usual.
Mm-hmm.
She would see Brooke. There's no way she would not see Brooke.
Yeah. I think Brooke is, I mean, she's going to go to the grocery store with her family. She's on her way. But I think after, maybe like when they got home and like while they were unpacking groceries, she would like try not quite to catch her mom off guard, but just like while she was like a little bit preoccupied, just be like, "Hey, is it okay if I go over to the Reyes' house? I just want to talk to Mrs. Reyes, see how everyone's doing after, you know, the school blew up."
Of course.
Seems neighborly.
Do you want me to come with you? Do you want to take your brother?
No. I think it's fine. I mean, I'm sure they're all kind of like dealing with a lot because it was super stressful and everything, but you know, I'm fine. So I just want to like make sure that everyone over there is and like how often are Margot's parents even home? So
that is true, I guess. Sure. What would you like for dinner?
Whatever. We just got all those potatoes, so I figured we'd probably like make some mashed potatoes as a side. But I like won't be long. I can make sure I'm back to help. So
okay, that sounds good. I'll see you in a little bit then.
Yeah, bye.
And she does. As you leave the house, you do see the the twitch of curtains, like the. Is she gonna be okay? Is she okay? But yeah, you head on over. As you head down the long driveway to the Raya's house, Ari is sitting out front.
Convenient. Okay.
She heard you coming. It's not. Unless you're trying to be stealthy, but even then, she heard you.
No, she's not.
She's waiting for you.
Yeah.
So I think whenever Brooke is still a distance away, but she knows that Ari would be able to hear her, she does like a little half wave and is like, "Hey, is Margot here?"
Ari is right in front of you. Very suddenly.
Okay.
Why?
Because I would like to talk to you in private, and I know that that's hard.
Me?
Yeah. If that's okay, I need to talk to you specifically about something. I know that now like isn't a super great time with the moon and everything, but I figured Margot would be less likely to be around or care if I was.
There is the exhale of a growl, but not in a sense of like anger, more in a sense of thinking. Probably sounds scary anyway, but it's a thoughtful exhale rather than a.
I can like come back at different time. This is only a little bit time sensitive. Okay.
This way. And what she does, in fact, is say, close your eyes.
Okay.
And the second that Brooke closes her eyes, Ari picks her up. Okay. Makes sure her eyes are closed or covered. She hears the door open. She hears the door close. Then she hears another door open. And then Ari is leaning on another door as it closes when Brooke opens her eyes.
I mean, Brooke would keep them closed until she was told otherwise.
What you, Phoebe, would know is that Ari has taken Brooke to the safe room.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And she leans on the door and says, "What do you want? You can open your eyes."
She will open them. Brooke, like, is uncomfortable, is, like, twiddling her thumbs. And she says, I thought we were gonna, like, have pleasantries first. Sorry.
We don't have... You said it was time sensitive and you don't have much time and I don't have all day.
Right. Okay. See, you know I work for Kieran Fodrigan. I know that you are trying to dismantle Kieran Fodrigan. This is all very recent, like seconds before the school blew up. So I'm sure Margot will like tell you later. But basically, the head bitch over there is distantly my grandmother. She's like immortal or whatever. I guess it runs in the family. Light humor? No? Okay. So apparently her continuing her immortal thing is also contingent on me continuing my immortal thing. We learned very recently.
Her eyes, the longer you talk, after saying that, her eyes begin to narrow to pinpricks. Please continue.
So, everyone at KF is scared shitless of her. Except for me, but like whatever. And I know you're trying to like take it down and you're gonna fail. Unless she's out of the picture. Which means I have to be out of the picture. So, you have that Goth Twink's phone number?
She is silent for a very long time.
It's Brooke, so in that silence, she would be like, if you don't have his phone number, I can ask someone else.
She doesn't respond to that. What she does say is, does Margot know about that?
She knows about everything but this conversation and the intentions attached to it. See, the reason I wanted to talk to you specifically, I mean, I'm not stupid. I know your specialty, if you will. You're the only person I trust to actually like make good on all of this. I'm not going to be around to kill her myself, so you've got to do it. Or make sure it happens.
Why would you want her dead?
Because I've worked there for like a few months, and they actually do good stuff sometimes. Like, they do help people. but I know who runs it. I know the kind of shit she'll do. And I know the kind of shit that she's making other people do. No good is going to come out of KF with her at the helm, but I don't know. Maybe some real good could happen if she wasn't there. And the way things are now, none of you are safe. And my family is only safe while I'm compliant. And I mean, that's not going to last very long.
You're putting them in danger.
That's why I need you, Ari. I've seen the way that you protect your kid. And I mean, your family, like, you're not always necessarily around, but I know you've always made sure that me and Cody were safe. I know that's not going to change. For some reason, it hasn't, despite all the bullshit that I've put all of you through. If you're not on board, then I'll wait 80 years until Cody dies. But I'd rather not, because that keeps Margot in danger, and it keeps him in danger. I'd rather not wait and see more people kidnapped and thrown in cages and experimented on. I'm sick of this, like, death by 1,000 cuts thing. I'd rather just bite the big one.
You surprise me sometimes, Lord Kaufman.
Hope it's in a good way this time.
Me too. She holds up a hand and says, wait here. Leaves the room. Sends a text message to Lai that says, Brooke Kaufman needs you. And then new sentence, safe room.
Okay. Lai responds, be right there. Mm-hmm. Follow-up text message, can I get in there if that's the full text message.
Mm-hmm. Can I get in there if?
Yeah.
There is a response that says, I haven't locked it from the inside. Lai would also be aware that it is full moon time. Lai would have presumably seen, because they knew what they were looking for, a wolf run off into the forest. Despite the fact they were busy with other things, they'd have known.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have known. What does Lie make of all that?
A Lie is like, damn, that was quick. Okay. Also, bold of her to go through Ari, but
doesn't matter. She's dead.
Okay.
Let's do it. Says Death.
Yeah. So I guess Lie will be over shortly.
Ari does return to the safe room.
So are you gonna help me?
They're on their way.
I mean, I just like asked for their number, but okay.
Humans don't like it when I just give out numbers.
All right.
What? Is there anything you want me to tell Margot?
I truly don't think that there is anything that you or I or anyone could say to her that would help her not blame herself, or it's like I said, death by 1,000 cuts or just one really big one. In the long run, this will probably hurt less. Ari, I hope you realize the immense amount of trust that I'm putting in you. This is my fucking brother. And I hate that kid because he ruined my fucking life. But he is everything to me now. And if you let anything happen to him, then I will kick the skinny twink's ass, crawl my way out of hell, and drag you back down with me.
And she smiles. I have never let anything happen to him. And I never will.
Thank you.
Your family is safe. Whether I'm here or not.
I'm really sorry.
She pushes off the door. Goes over to Brooke and gives her a hug.
Brooke would hug her back, and I think it is like taking everything physically inside her to not break down.
Mm-hmm.
I think she just kind of has like one of those like little like gasp sobs, you know, when you're like really trying not to, but you have one little like, and then you like, woof, you pull it back in. She has like one of those. And then like is like holding Ari like so fucking tightly. And just like holds her for like a solid minute. And then let's go.
Do you have anything you want me to give your family or tell them?
I don't know. If I was smart, I just wouldn't have gone back home after, you know, the fucking school collapsed, but...
You're only human. And that's your pack.
Yeah, this is like the one thing I'm not really sure how to bullshit myself out of. So,
Ari goes over to a desk, takes out a pen, paper, and hands it to Brooke. If there is anything you want me to give them at any point, make a note of it. If there is a letter for your brother at an age, I can give it. Or if you want them to know something at the end of their lives, I can at least try to have that message passed on to them.
cool. Thanks.
Your mother knew you were coming here.
Yeah, sorry if she like blames you for my murder. Like I said, I just came to ask for a phone number.
Do you want her to have your body?
Doesn't really matter.
It may to her. Do you want her to know?
I don't know. Do you want Margot's body?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. What you're doing it is admirable. There is space in one body to do things that are awful, but also things that are very good.
Yeah, well, put me in the history book, sorry.
I will tell my grandmother and she will.
How far away does this twink live? Come on.
How far away does the twink live? How far away is the twink? You tell me.
Teleport, but
yeah, Lai can teleport. They were probably in the middle of a reaping or something. I don't know.
That's my expectation, is they were mid reap.
I'm in the middle of a service right now. Excuse me.
Really, it's very helpful that I guess Lai now has the weird power that the big guy had of not needing a phone to text.
Mm-hmm.
That they could actually even respond to Ari whilst they were doing something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels rude though, doesn't it? It's a little disrespectful, just a little bit.
I mean,
a little bit.
Not everyone who reaps deserves respect, you know? Maybe it was real shit sack, so who knows?
Maybe.
You're ever so shitty you get reaped with one hand?
Okay.
That's rude.
There's no purgatory. So like you whatever you did, you did.
Yeah. You know, you get what you get. But yeah, Lai's probably not far out. I think Brooke is out of things to say.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ari would leave the room and just give her space as well.
Yeah. I think she does probably like write a letter to Booger, but it's also so hard to write a letter that is like, well, this would just be a hard letter to write no matter what. But I think she's having a struggle of like, do I need to put something in this letter that's going to like exonerate Ari from this because this could be construed as like she's
right.
Like, who I really just came here to ask for a fucking phone number, but death's on the way. So, you know, pop off. I guess I was going to do it tonight. I thought I'd have 6 more hours. I thought I was going to eat dinner.
She still could. She can just talk to Lai and be like, hey, later, please. Can we make an
but then she
appointment
has
for later?
to go to dinner.
She was gonna, right?
Going to have to do that. She's going to take the phone number and she's still going to have to.
Yeah. That's, you know how that's markedly different though, right? Having a phone number in your pocket that you can text when you're ready versus like, oh my God, the guy's in front of me. Those are different things.
I have an appointment.
It's the Last Supper.
I mean, I feel like there's Lai and there's Death. Lai may treat it slightly differently to Death, who's going to be like, let's go, let's do this last week.
No, totally. I just mean Brooke. Yeah. I mean the human girl Brooke Kaufman, who's like,
I mean, Ari, so Ari is also not necessarily saying, here, die in my house. She's also not necessarily saying that. What she is saying is, I have called Death. You can have that conversation. I don't necessarily know if I want to be implicated for your death. Do you want, like, she's sort of saying, these are all the things to consider. Is this, like, because she doesn't know what. Yeah, your daughter came over to see me, and now she's dead.
Like, totally, it's a very difficult situation. That's why Brooke asked for a phone number, and Ari sent Death after her in Brooke's mind.
Yes,
so she's a bit taken aback, but you know she'll talk to Lai.
Mm-hmm.
But while she's writing this letter in her alone time, she's like, basically, she's struggling to write the letter. At which point, Lai probably arrives.
Is this the moment? Do we finally get the
what? The moment where I have to play against myself and I can't argue about it because I've set the scenario up.
Finally,
so far. Wait, has Danny had to?
Yes.
When have you played against yourself, Danny?
I've played so many characters. There's no way I haven't.
I'm fairly sure you haven't, actually.
I feel like anytime it's come up, it's been a character that you've been able to pass off to Shawnee. That way you can just play Margot.
Yeah, I feel like I have.
Yeah,
I feel like I have.
I'll contrive an experience. It's fine. I'll make it happen.
Yeah, Shawnee's gonna be percolating. They're gonna concoct something.
Well, right now, dance for me. Come on.
Sure. I'll put bells on. Okay, yeah. So Brooke is sitting at this table. She is attempting to write a letter, and I think Lai knocks on like the door frame or whatever. And Brooke like looks up and is like, "Oh, death knocks, very ominous." And Lai responds, "Yeah, it seemed rude to just walk in. Can I sit with you?" "Not my house." "Why did you want to talk?" "You said that I should find you when I was ready." And okay, you don't seem ready. You seem hesitant. I mean, I'm not like jumping for fucking joy here, but you know. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help? I mean, it doesn't have to be right now.
Yes, it does.
Lie. I don't know, what's it gonna be like when I die? I mean, I have died like 100 fucking times or whatever, but I've never like actually seen it. And that's gonna be weird, I guess. And Lai kind of leans forward. Right. That's probably something really weird to think about, and it's gonna be even weirder to experience. But the underworld is it's really big, and it's peaceful, and the light is never too bright. You can always hear the sound of the river kind of trickling in the background pretty much no matter where you are, and it's really comforting. And it can be as lonely or as full of people as you want it to be. It's home for me. For you, it'll be what you need it to be. And at that, Brooke kind of sighs. I killed someone yesterday, and had someone else killed today. And that's a little fucked up that they get that and I don't. Like, that sounds kind of nice. And yeah, I don't know. I guess. And she's quiet for a minute, and Lai just kind of like lets her be quiet. Because Brooke, like she was telling Ari, she knows what she wants out of this. She knows why she's doing this. But also, she doesn't want to die. But she's already dead. And she's tired. And she's alone. And she's dead. She's already dead. She's been dead for fucking months. She would be 20 years old forever. Her family could keep throwing her birthday parties. July 1st, she's a Cancer. But how long until they noticed that she never changed? How long until Cody grew up and decided that he didn't need her anymore or want to be around her? She didn't want to die, but she needed to know what would happen. What would have happened? What should have happened to her all of those months ago in Juan's house when Skylar laid unconscious in the other room? What should have happened to her when Skylar's hands were wrapped around her throat for the first and the second and the umpteenth time? What should have happened to her under the rubble of the school? What should have happened to her when she was 80 and had lived a full life and had gotten to love and be loved? But it's now, and Brooke sighs. Can I see it? I'm not ready. I'm not fucking ready, but I'm already dead. So, fuck it. And Lai just kind of sits for another second, and they're thinking about Margot and about Brooke's family and about everything all those months ago that Ari and Henry had told them. But then Lai stops thinking, because they're a Reaper first. They're death first, not a hunter or a friend. They're death, and a forgotten soul sits in front of them. And death is also peace. And death wraps its arms around you and it doesn't let go. So death stands and holds out their hand. It's wiry and pale, and the nails are painted black. Only the index finger is chipped, but there's some blood crusted under it. But Brooke takes the hand. Is there anything you need to do first, or anything you want to see? I think Cody was like playing outside with some friends before I came over here. Could I just, I don't know, can we just, I want to talk to him first. So Lai nods, and they reach to the handle of the door that they had closed behind them. But when they open it, it's the yard in front of them. And there's Cody playing with some kids in the yard. They're playing some like mock-up soccer game and like running around the yard. Brooke sometimes forgets that Cody is only like 11 and doesn't really know how to play soccer, but he knows how to follow the other kids while they're playing. And she steps away from Lai and kind of goes into the yard and yells over to Cody, "Hey, Booger, get over here." And I think Booger's kind of confused, but, you know, he comes on over. It's his big sister. And she crouches and pulls him into a long hug. And she whispers something in his ear. And he tries to argue, but she just kind of pulls him in closer. And Lai thinks it's a hug, but then realizes that's not a hug. She is giving him a noogie. And he's trying to push her off and like laughing, but Brooke kind of just like messes up his hair some more and places a loud kiss on top of his head as she stands up. And Cody kind of runs back off to his friends, and she turns back towards Lai and shouts, "Love you, Booger." over her shoulder. And Cody yells back, "Love you, Goop." And then Brooke goes back up to Lie, and she steps toe-to-toe with them and says, "You don't let anyone come fucking near him, okay? Because if I see him down there before he is a fucking 100 years old," and she drops the attempt at a threat, "he is a good kid, okay? The world needs more like him." And Lai says, "Okay." And a beat of time passes. "He's gonna be okay. He'll miss you, but he'll be okay." Brooke just says, "Shut up." And then holds out her hand. And Lai takes it. And neither of them say anything else. They just walk down the street.
Ari watches them walk down the street. And she waits. And just watches Cody for a while. Brooke's mom comes out of the house and says, "I saw Brooke. She was just there. Where did she go?" And Ari says, "I'll go get her. It's okay." And she takes her time, but she does go get her. And she brings her back. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.